Hey, hey.
How's it going?
It's July 3rd, and today we are going to talk about turn have to into get to.
Have to do, I get to do them. No, yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Let's see how this shakes out. Oh, okay. Epictetus is the quote for today. He says, "The task of a philosopher. We should bring our will into harmony with whatever happens, so that nothing happens against our will, and nothing that we wish for fails to happen." We should bring our will into harmony with whatever happens. So I should bring my sense of, I want this, into harmony with
This is what showed up.
this is what showed up, right?
So what's showing up, we should be saying to that, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like how he frames it like, bring our will, like, I have this will, like, I do want things, there is an outcome that is preferential to me.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, when life serves up the outcome, I'm prepared to accept it, and I'm prepared to bring the will to the thing that happened.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Jocko saying good to things.
Mm-hmm.
Good, this happened. Good, this happened. Good, this happened. And that doesn't stop me from wanting things and trying to make things happen. I still want things and try to make things happen. It's just that reality wins. And I don't spend too much of my own personal effort trying to wish that reality happened a different way. Because now I'm spending all of this like really important critical energy
on saying, I don't want this.
Right.
I don't want this. It should have been differently.
Yeah.
This should have been totally some other way, but it's not other way. It is the way it's now here. And if I'm saying, I don't like this, now that's wasted time, calories, you're not going to get any results from it. Yeah. Even though it's hard to say good, it's because it's hard to say, I'll take this on. Thank you for bringing this into my, I get to do this now. How awesome.
Right.
That's super difficult versus the bitch fest or, just complaining. I don't want it. Oh, if it was so much easier, it would have been better.
Is it hard just because...
Wishful thinking, essentially, like...
Is it hard just because, like, you haven't learned how to do it yet? And there's a lot of momentum behind a different habit? But, like, or is it hard for some other reason?
Why is it hard? Yeah. Well, it's probably because hard is probably because we don't do it.
So there's momentum behind a different habit.
But I would say it's a combination of why.
Okay.
Combination of whys, right? Like one of them I can totally see of like, well, we're not doing it. We're not used to respond to the world with, I get to do this now that it showed up, right? Like, and currently we say, no, like they scratched my car. And you're like, well, yeah, but I get to now go to this place and deal with the insurance company and go repaint my door. I get to do this now, like it's very difficult to say that, right?
I fell in the shower and broke my femur in half. Good. I get to deal with going to the hospital and having 5 surgeries
and
talking
going
to
doctors.
PT.
And there are gonna be nice people there, right? There all those people are probably gonna be pretty nice. You might run into some jackasses here and there. It's okay, but I'm ready. This is good. Let's go do that. Like that is the hardest thing for us, right? Because we are so conditioned to want things easy. And then we imagining we're gonna be alive forever, we're gonna be healthy forever, we're gonna be rich and famous and happy and all of that stuff. And when harder things that are not in those categories show up, we are all bent out of shape. Why are they here? I thought this is supposed to be easy and nice and happy and all that good stuff. There shouldn't be hard stuff here. That's why we have technology. That's why we're trying to eliminate the hard stuff. But hard stuff is part of it. Hard stuff. If the hard stuff wasn't here, nothing is here. That's even what they were saying. Like, yeah, there's some evil guy who has to be really good at doing evil shit in order because evil is part of this thing, right? So he's doing his duty. Yeah, we don't like it.
Right. Like somehow Putin is part of this whole thing.
Yeah, he is.
Like Putin is part of this whole thing, the way that he is and all of the decisions that he has decided, like good.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I condone it, I agree with it, or I'm going to join in the effort on it. Yeah. Like I might spend my life working actively against that force in the world, but I still have to look at the fact that it happened as good, because anything else is too expensive.
Yeah. And for my Ukrainian friends, going to take your shit back, good.
That's what I meant. Like I might.
It's all good. Yeah. Like it's happening to them. They might also say like, "Oh, this is hard. And then you're gonna have to fight this asshole." Good. Let's go do it. It's in front of us. It's right here. Let's go do it. Like and this is how evil or good fights evil, and evil wants to squash down the good. Like that's it, because it's part of this whole thing. We all wish, again, wishful thinking, wouldn't that be nice if we just had like no conflict? Yeah, that would be so great. Good, let's work on that. We can get there maybe, right? We could potentially shift into some sort of a way that we understand how to maybe listen to each other, and maybe having this other way of these. We have tools of how not to get into wars. Right, so can we use them? Can we all use them somehow? Sure, for some time, until some evil jackass shows up and squash it all down for some other new way, right? Because the new evil stuff is showing up, right? It's not just the same old. It resembles the same old evil, but it's a new way of evil, and that's still here. So it's part of this. So I don't think eliminating it is even, we should not even try to have this utopian idea of that's never going to be here anymore, or like let's eliminate this.
Right. Like we should always fight for goodness, but we shouldn't think that is going to eliminate
the
evil.
Badness. Yes,
right.
yes. No, it's an ongoing
and
thing.
It's like,
and we just have to always fight
for goodness.
Evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
this time is our time. Whatever the evil in each one of our lives is, that's the one we gotta go fight. Yeah. For the good. And it's so funny, right? Like, what do we fight for? For the good. So it's good. So we can answer, how is it? Good. Sweet.
You want to read Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, he says, a long to-do list seems intimidating and burdensome. All these things we have to do in the course of a day or a week. But a get-to-do list sounds like a privilege. All the things we're excited about the opportunity to experience. This isn't just semantic playing. It is a central facet of the philosopher's worldview. Today, don't try to impose your will on the world. Instead, see yourself as fortunate to receive and respond to the will in the world. Stuck in traffic? A few wonderful minutes to relax and sit. Your car broke down after idling for so long? Oh, what a nice nudge to take a long walk the rest of the day. A swerving car driven by a distracted cell phone wielding idiot nearly hit you as you were walking and soaked you head to toe with muddy water. What a reminder about how precarious our existence is and how silly it is to get upset about something as trivial as being late or having trouble with your commute. Kidding aside, it might not seem like it makes a big difference to see life as something you have to do versus get to do, but there is a huge, magnificent difference.
That's all the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By that you mean like
everything in our lives can change if we take it like this.
Yes.
It'll make all the difference.
Yeah. I think the examples we were talking about were a little bit heavier than the stuff that he had listed here. And like that, and
but
it's so hard.
Sometimes that's how it feels, man. You know, sometimes it feels so like that big. You know,
it's huge. No, I think it's actually like it's more helpful for me to work with a heavier example, because when I keep my examples at a more surface level, I don't think I get as much out of the concepts.
Yeah. No, it should feel heavy.
Because I don't want to work on this at the level of like getting pissed off in traffic. I want to work on this at the level of like, oh shit, like that sucked to grow up with a sick mom. And then dealing with like getting that to a place of saying that's good with that.
Yeah, that's good.
That I got to go through that and I got to experience this and I got to learn this and how beautiful life is. Like to get to that, I think will help. The person in traffic, me not getting pissed off at the person in traffic is a side effect of me going through the heavier shit.
Those are, what do you call them? Not croutons, but like leftovers.
Yeah.
they're not the main meal.
Yeah.
That's like a side effect of when you're.
I have to actually go through the heaviest stuff first.
Yes.
And then the more superficial stuff will take care of itself.
Yes.
And that's so funny because sometimes I will look at the superficial stuff and try to tinker with it. Like I'll try to tinker with like my reaction in traffic or something smaller like that. And it's like, wait, maybe like that's not the right strategy.
Yeah, because you're trying to fix every single outcome. Right, but the outcomes is a result of something upstream the upstream needs to get fixed, not the result of the outcome.
The outcome in this situation being me getting upset with someone in traffic. Yeah. And that's an outcome of me, generally speaking, over the course of 35 years, not fully... I don't even want to say accepting because I think it's one step beyond acceptance. It's like embracing. Mm-hmm. It's not just saying I'm okay with the fact that this happened. It's like, here's why this happening is good for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm okay with it just being in the room with me. It's like I need to wrap it in a big hug. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because currently you are going through it, but you might be fighting it still. You know, you're like, why did that happen? Why did it? And then the saying of why did that happen has implied in it.
It shouldn't have. It wasn't part of the plan.
Right. So the why question. This is why question is not the right question for most things in life. Now I get some root cause things in technology. Sure. Yeah. Keep asking why. But in like why philosophically why something happened to me is it has implied that it shouldn't have, and therefore something else should have, and I am special and chosen. Poor me that it happened to me. Right? But it's like no. If we look at it this way, then it totally shifts, right? And it's like I was able to actually go through that. What a great experience, right? Like it's like changing the way we look at things for sure.
And so it's like all of like the self-pity is part of that, like grudges, like holding grudges.
Yeah, that's all of the stuff that comes out of it, and now it's like,
and like
it's like
that stuff
it's
I
a
can
shit
hold
sandwich, you know what I mean, with like a lot of different layers of things in it. Yeah, for sure.
And those things like I can hold on to for years, you know.
We all can. We all have some of these. Some of them are heavier, some of them are lighter, but the way they feel to us, they all feel as the heaviest thing we're carrying.
And so like that is what I need to transform that into like almost gratitude, like thank you for this, because if like I get to is in the future, then in the past I think it's thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you that I was able to.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity.
Thank you that I had this challenge that helped me grow, that helped me learn this and develop this skill.
Well, not that now you're saying like this, I got this and this from it. You don't know what you got from it, but you know that you got something from it. That's
true. I think there are sometimes
very valuable, but maybe you don't know exactly what it is, but it makes you, it's so valuable that it is who you are. That's how valuable.
And sometimes I do find some use in like connecting some dots and saying thank you because of this and this. And I'm never really quite sure what a situation's true impact has on me or in me. Like how would I be able to determine that? I can make a guess, and sometimes I find there's some usefulness in me saying, okay, cool, because I learned this or I got this out of it. But of course that's not entirely true.
No. Not entirely. There's some little something to it, right? Like, let's not dismiss it, but the way we're looking at it, it's most likely not the most optimized way to look at it, right? Just looking at it from that one perspective of this happened to me and it should have happened differently, and it sucks, versus like the thank you for I was able to go through that, and I will get to go through all these other things that are about to show up. Yeah, that's great. Good.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining today, and we will see you here tomorrow for the birth of our nation. We're going to live stream the birth of our nation. We're going to have to blur out all of like the sensitive bits, but I think you'll still get the point. You'll get the gist. See you tomorrow.